All right, I'm going to go through this list, these properties that you did your first run on the ARVs. I pulled up this first one, which is actually under contract now. It is now pending, so we won't spin it off on that. But as far as the ARV goes, looks good. So I'm just going to kind of go through this. But yeah, I agree. 460 looks about right for this property. So I'm going to go through these and see see what you came up with. Next property is 3384 Layton Street, which is right here. And for the most part, I agree with the ARV that you came up with. So the only thing I would say to this one that you might want to pay attention to a little bit is that they actually have a two-car garage here. And these comps were this one for almost 470, had a one-car garage. So I would maybe give it a little bit more value, but overall, well done. So maybe on this one I would be comfortable going to 470 just because you have that garage, which gets our offer price up a little bit more. So but yeah, so far so good. All right, the next property is this Mitts Way. You came up with 400. I agree. Although I was struggling to find a comp at 400, I saw this 385 over here, 380, and kind of these 380s in here. But we have a little bit bigger house and a two-car garage, and this is a little bit smaller house, but totally fixed up, and a one-car garage. So what are we at? Oh no, we're actually a little bit shy of that square footage, but close enough. Yeah, I'd probably be at that 390 mark, 400 like you came up with. But on this one is a great example of one that we probably would put an offer out on because their list price is the same as our ARV, so I'd probably just grade that out. We're going to be offering, I mean, there's no harm in it. I guess, yeah, let's go ahead and throw the offer at it, but yeah, they're overpriced, extremely overpriced. But yep, so far so good. I'll keep moving on. All right, so the next one we're looking at is this Liardo Circle. So they got it listed at 400 basically, and you pulled, you got 417 as your ARV, and for what I can tell, it looks about right. You got this 415 here. That is pretty nice, but it's not a full-blown fresh remodel. So yeah, I mean, 420, something like that, somewhere around there. But yeah, you're pretty much spot on. So I'll keep going. All right, so the next one we're looking at is where are we at? Just Milwaukee. So let me pull that one up real fast. Yeah, so you had 399. I haven't gotten to the ARV yet. The first thing I noticed is when I pulled up, you can see that there's like some kind of commercial or something going on here. So we want to take a look at that commercial because if it's a church or a school, something like that, that's not bad. We can still offer on that. But if it's a bar or a strip club or a gas station or something that attracts a lot of crime, I should say, I just generally stay away from that type of commercial. So pull it up in Google. Let's just take a drive around the block and see what we're dealing with over here. So it looks like some kind of warehouse, which is okay. Yeah, they look like this kind of business warehouse type places. If it's and that's okay. We can still offer on that. If it's like a garbage place, if it's disgusting, if it's like I said, a gas station, strip clubs, a dispensary, marijuana dispensary, something like that. We just want to stay away from those. So let me look at the value real fast. Yeah, so the next one at this Milwaukee, again, this value in this one, you had it at 410. That's exactly what I was thinking. So good job on that. Yeah, just to kind of reiterate the value that you came up with 410, just so we're looking at the same things. I think this is probably what you were looking at, which is a new build. That's fine. You don't have a lot to work with here, but this one is not a new build. This one was built. Uh, I had to look at sheet when it was built. Yeah, built a long time ago, like this one. So yeah, and that sold for 412. So yeah, I'm with you on that value as well. All right, Solomon. So on Irving Street, I think we'll have this one is actually kind of tough to comp because you don't have a lot in this immediate area, and you had a value of let me see, Irving. You had a value of 440, and my guess is that you're using this comp over here, this 435 on Lowell. Now Lowell's a busy street, so it's a kind of a different market. Uh, the houses on busy streets often sell for less. So I say that because you need to keep that in mind when you use it as a comp. This house, to me, I think is let me just double check, is a recent build. So I don't like this comp as much, and I'd probably continue to keep looking around. Let me just pull it up here real fast so I can find it. No, that's wrong. So it was built in the 50s. It just looked like a recent build. Anyways, I would keep looking for some more comps just to kind of see what we've got. I found this one for 405 up here. That's a very similar house, a rebuild. It's a very similar house, but it's on a busy street. But it's a recent flip. So being it's on a busy street, sell 405. I would say that we probably want to be somewhere around. I can see 440, but I'd probably make that adjustment to 420 just to be safe. If I don't have a real solid comp in the area, it's real hard to sell to an investor to go that high. But overall, I'm actually really super impressed with what you've done so far. So if you threw out an offer at 440 on this one, it wouldn't be the end of the day, or wouldn't be bad. So. But that's the only adjustment I make there. But so far so good. All right, so the next one is a coma, and let me just see here. Coma, you had 370. I was closer to like 390 or 400 on this one. But what I wanted to really point out in this one, when I pulled this up, I immediately saw this Washington Street one for 284, which is over here, and this one we definitely want to make an offer on this. This one is a fix and flip. Look how bad a shape it's in. So we definitely want to be looking at that. So I wanted to point this out. I pointed this out in probably other videos too. But when I pull these up, I look at what else is going on in the neighborhood. Because sometimes you'll just find something like this that didn't really pop up on our searches or whatever. You'll find something like this that makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to download that, add that to our sheet, and then go back to this. But yeah, I mean, I was coming up around 400 fixed up on this one. I haven't looked real deep on see where you found the 370 at, but I'm sure you found a comp somewhere. Maybe I'm not going far enough back. Yeah, I'm going far enough back, so I didn't see it. But anyways, I'm going to download this one, add it to the sheet, and keep going. All right, so at a closer look at the Tacoma property, actually I have found myself agreeing with you. There's this 380 over here that's fixed up. This 375. I think I was looking at, where was I at on this one? I was looking at this 405. So yeah, I mean, I see where you pulled your numbers from, and that's fine actually. I'll probably split this with you, and we're at 370. I would probably put that at like 385. And then this other one we're going to download right here is Washington. I'm going to download that and put it add to the spreadsheet. And that one we should be able to actually ask or get a full price on that one. So I'll add that and keep going. Yeah, so I'm just adding this real fast. For whatever reason, it's being really slow about opening. but I'm going to add this one real fast. All right, so I added this Washington Street at the same. I mean, we've already ran the ARV, so it makes it pretty easy to plug that in. So we're going to be at 275. They're at 284. So we'll shoot an offer on that one. This next one, Liverpool. Agree with you on the ARV. Yeah, it's around 400. It's pending though; it's under contract, so we're not going to throw an offer at that one. All right, so the next one is the 71st place. It's under contract as well. You have it yellowed out, and I'm wondering if you were not going to put an offer on it because it backs to a busy street, which would be correct. We're not going to mess with those right now, so I'll just gray that one out, but I'm assuming that's what you were doing there. All right, so this next one is Tennessee on the sheet, and you come up at 390. I was coming up at 400, but we're pretty close to one another. So I just wanted to show you what I was looking at. So here's the property, and this one right here sold for 400. It wasn't really nice. It wasn't that nice, really. I mean, it's all right, but I mean, it was, you know, it definitely wasn't a fresh remodel. And then this one down here went under contract at, I'm assuming, you know, we don't know what they're selling at, but we'll assume that it's going under contract for 395 or possibly 400. But it wasn't a fresh remodel either. So that's why I was coming at 400, even possibly 410. I think that's where I'll go with this one. But I could see the 390 because there's 390s all over the place in here. So, but in this particular neighborhood in Aurora, so like this area right here, feel free to be a little more aggressive with your price, just because they don't need a lot of work there. So they're a newer build. So anyways, overall, still really good. I'm gonna keep going. All right, so this next one is Bates, and you didn't put a value in there. I'm assuming it's because it's under contract, so we'll square that one out. Move on. All right, so this next one, Hoyt, it's under contract. Unfortunately, it is a slam dunk. That would have been one that when you run across these, and you'll run across these, you know, every day, but when you run across these, you almost need to stop and set a showing and send them an offer almost immediately because these go so quick. Your value is at 600. I think I would have been like, you know, 585, but 600 is fine. Because I see this 595 over here that's pretty fixed up. And then I also wanted to point out this is a great example of street value. So, or street decrease in value. So this Holland Street, what a deal this is. So it sold for 270, and then they flipped it and resold it for, here's the other pen, for 525. What a great deal. Those guys did really well. So I use this one as a value too. But look, you've got yellow lines on the street, and I think you've caught on to this already. But this flip is really nice, what they did in here. So that's why I was kind of thinking, maybe around 585 would have been fine, but 600 is fine too. But yeah, so this one is already under contract, so we'll let that one go. And I felt like there's something else I wanted to talk to you about on this one. Oh, I saw this 500 one. I wonder if we should shoot an offer at 450 on this one, because I think we could sell that one at 600 or even 625. So I'm going to download that one and add it to our spreadsheet as well. Sorry, I've got to push the record here because I can't get this opened without doing that. So anyways, I'll just copy and paste it real fast. So copy, and just adding it to our spreadsheet like so. Delete this line, and I see that they've been dropping the price on this one. They were listed at 550. They're down to 500. I say, you know, I'm thinking 625 on this one. So let's shoot them an offer. I would start. Let's just do 600. Be safe. So let's shoot them an offer at 443 to start off with, and see if we can work it from there. All right, so this next one is 26th, and immediately I saw that it's sliding to a busy street. If you're not sure about a busy street, just put it in Google, take a look at the street. If it has lines coming down like this, it's a busy street. We definitely don't want to be messing with this. It's a whole different market. If you look at my training, I'll show you how to analyze busy street properties. So you basically have to, draw a corridor and only look at houses on that 26, the houses right on that street. But for now, we're not going to mess with busy streets. We've got plenty else to do. So I didn't even take a look at your value on this because your value is probably going to be off because you probably didn't do this. But anyways, so let's move on to the next one. All right, so your next one is Delaware. And again, I immediately noticed this Washington, which is actually on our spreadsheet. It's a little further down here. So, which seems like a more appealing. And then also this Pennsylvania. So they're all about the same square footage. You're already figuring out the ARV of the neighborhood. You might as well throw an offer at Pennsylvania too. You're already done the work. So I'll download that one as well, add it to our spreadsheet, and then I'll check the values. All right, so this next one is Delaware we're looking at. And you had a value of 460. So far in this spreadsheet, you've been pretty much spot on. We're in agreement. This is the first one I've ran across where I'm not in agreement at all on this one. And let me explain why. So here's Delaware, and here's our highest solds. So let me go over what I did. I got active, pending, closed, 360, single family. And then I put in a square footage of 0 to 1,000 square foot because this one's a little house. It is 780 square foot. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. So when you're getting into these little houses, when I say little, I'm talking about houses that are under 1,000 square foot. You really need to pay attention to bedrooms because they're so small. To add another bedroom to this house is going to be very difficult, or we have to do an addition, which is very expensive. So we really have to pay attention to bedrooms more. And there's this 3-bedroom, 2-bath that sold for 420, which originally I was thinking I could use in my comp, but I can't because it has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. We're a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. So I'm down here to this 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 800 square foot, which is very similar to this. It's about 800 square foot. So I'm around 400 on this one. I never saw the 460. I'm not sure where you got that. So maybe you mistyped the square footage is the only thing I can think of. So anyways, that is that one. And I downloaded the Pennsylvania comp. Going back to that, is this one right here. So we're going to be at 400,000 on that one too. So I mean, I've already done the work. So I'll just put in 400. And Washington, same thing. We're going to do 400 on, you did 385, which I saw that. We can keep that there. That puts us in purchase price there. You know what? I would go full price on this guy. So that's 287. So let's put in, oh, and this is something I need to point out. If we're not going to offer that much above this, we're going to offer something like 286, let's say. So yeah, 1,000 off. 286 is what we're going to offer on this one. So you can just just type right over the formula when you want to do that. So looks like we just have one left. I did want to, in all fairness, just go into Washington just a little closer because you had 385. I'm coming at 400. I just want to show you why that was. So we're here. There's this guy at 375. So I could see why you came in at 385 because this one's pretty nice. But look at the kitchen. So the kitchen's still kind of dated, right? It's white appliances, older cabinets, but it's clean and it has clean flooring. And then this one has a 1-car garage versus we have a 2-car garage. And here's the other major difference on Washington. We're a brick house, and that was a frame house. So brick houses tend to go for a little bit more, just so you know. But so I'm looking at in my comps. I'm really looking at this 395 over here, even though this is a frame. Is this frame? Yeah, it's probably brick. It's been stuccoed. Very similar. It even has that little build out over here, and really nice inside. Right? Really, really nice. So, and let me see the garage on this one. Looks like I have a 2-car garage. So really, 395 would be where I'd want to be on this one, 400. So, we want to get after this Washington one because it's not going to be around long. We're going to be above their asking price, so we need to get an offer out to them right away. And then also set showing. So we'll talk about that here after this. So I just got one more left, and then we'll be wrapped up. All right, this last one is 37th Avenue. You had 600,000. I agree. This house is actually really cool. It has this 4-car garage. That's cool. But and it has this. I like this texture on the ceiling. A lot of people are leaving that now. But it's a cool house, clean. Just needs to be updated. I really like this one. I think this would be one that we could really sell. They had it at 550. Looks like it dropped to 500. We're at 600, and we could even be a little bit more aggressive. 443. You know, because I saw some 625s, some 650s that could even work. So let's just see if we can come in at that. See if we can make it work. So, but overall, I have to say I'm quite impressed with what you did. For your first run at this, really we were only off on one property, and that was what, Delaware, I think, where you had this 460, and I need to correct that. About 400 is really what it was, but everything else, wow! I mean, super impressed. Very sharp guy. You're going to do quite well at this position. I can already tell. So I'm going to get this over to you. I'm going to have you go ahead and set showings and send out offers and get going on making more offers. I'm pretty comfortable with you. I still want to check your work for a little bit. You know, maybe if you continue to comp these properties like this, you're going to be off and running way before a couple weeks. So anyways, I'm going to get this over to you, and let's get moving on some more.